Good evening. Welcome to another edition of Behind the Movies. I'm your host, Chuck Highbrow. I recently spent an evening with the writer and director of Phil's Final Test and its sequel, Phil's Final Test 2, Philip Carr. Over the next 60 minutes, we'll take a look into the mind of Phil. We'll hear his opinions on his past projects and hear his hopes for the future. Let's take a look. Philip Carr. Your film, Phil's Final Test, has been out for 2 years now, and it's faced some pretty harsh criticism. One critic said, "This is literally the worst thing I've ever seen." Another critic said, "I would rather watch 20 minutes of a dog taking a crap than watch your movie again." One woman went on to say, "After watching your film, I had the worst case of diarrhea in my life." How do you respond to those people?
Well, I don't know where to start. I mean, people are cruel. That's a good part to start at. People are cruel. Look at an average film. I mean, they take months, sometimes years to make. All right? I took a week, at best, 1 week. And you know what? It turned out pretty decent. And, I mean, for the most part, I thought people got their money's worth. The woman with diarrhea, I mean, that's her own fault. She probably had Mexican food. Might want to look into that. And, secondly, who wouldn't want to watch a dog, poop for a couple hours? I mean, I wouldn't, 20 minutes, an hour, 2, whatever. I'd watch it. That's all I'm saying.
Truer words were never spoken. Phil, I think the burning question that everyone's dying to know is why in the world would you make a sequel?
I hear people, I hear the chitter-chatter. So, I know what my fans want, I got 1 and 2. All the fans out there, I got the tweets, the Facebook, and I read them. And they were saying, we want more. And for the most part, I just kind of felt like we left people hanging. People were just,
Hey, you get coffee.
We didn't order coffee, Manuel.
Coffee, see?
Thanks, Manuel.
Coffee.
Just drink it.
have that coffee. Oh. What is this?
I don't know. Just hold on to it.
I don't know where to set this.
Hold on. Let's continue. The internet is abuzz with a petition circulating asking you to never make another film again. What's your response to that?
What? People are mean. I don't know why people are so mean all the time. Everyone has the right to do whatever they want, so, I wish people would mind their own business. There's a few people out there who really enjoy my films. There's one guy, he comments on my stuff. I feel privileged to have a fan, For the rest of the people, if they don't like it, let's suck it, That's all I gotta say, is they can suck it. Take me to the bank on that one.
Truer words were never spoken. I hear that you recently contacted Rob Schneider, asking him to appear in one of your films. How does it make you feel to know that Hollywood's F-list has rejected you outright?
Well, I really just feel like, Hollywood, they got this, I call them their way up here, their egos. Even the worst of actors, and even it doesn't depend on how good I really am, they don't want to be upshown by a nobody, pretty much. And I say that loosely, with nobody. I'm pretty much a big deal around here, but out in Hollywood, they don't know me that well. They know me pretty well, but just, I'm not, Adam Sandler. Rob Schneider, he's in the Adam Sandler family, and I don't want to break that up. And I understand, he's pretty big, where he's at, but around here, people, they know me, he knows me. He doesn't want to come down to the local level. I understand. He doesn't want to be upshown by a couple nobodies, but, for the most part, he knows me. Yeah.
I have a quote from Rob Schneider here that says, "Who is Philip Carr? I've never heard of him. I don't know who he is."
But just hold on a second. Let me stop you there. First, I think that was taken out of context, and for the most part, I think Snyder, that's what I call him, his last name, is, I think he wanted to be in it. I truly believe he wanted to be in the movie. He's just, he's busy out there. I understand. I mean, I'm busy here. We got a lot of stuff happening, big things popping. But, I think he wants to work with me. He does. He's just messing around.
I have another quote from Mr. Schneider. It says, "Hell will freeze over before I appear in one of his films."
I mean, again, that might be taken out of context too. I don't know, because I haven't seen the full thing. But for the most part, I think he'll do it. He wants to do it. He's thinking, he's messing around.
Nuts. Nut.
Thanks.
Thank you, Manuel.
Nut.
Yep.
Nut.
Salty. Salty.
Coffee. Coffee.
I forgot, this tastes terrible.
Coffee.
It's like,
Sea salt. Coffee sea.
take this away.
Yeah. Thank you, Manuel. Thank you. Thank you.
I think it's horse piss.
He's a terrible intern. I don't know why I hired him. Closing remarks by Mr. Schneider about you, once I informed him who you were, says, "His movies are crap. And I was in The Hot Chick and The Animal. What does that tell you?" It seems pretty obvious by how Mr. Schneider feels about you.
Well, I mean, everyone's a critic on their own stuff. I mean, and I don't know, he's a critic on his own stuff. So, I mean, for the most part, I mean, he can talk the talk. But when it comes down to it, I think, there's a schedule conflict. He's buddy-buddy with his Adam Sandler people. So, I mean, I don't want to tear up that family that they got going. But, I mean, for the most part, he's a douche. That's it.
Very true, very true. Lastly, after some of your more recent projects, the Phil Talks with Taylor show, for an example.
That's a big hit on YouTube. A lot of hits.
No. There is some serious concern that you may actually be mentally handicapped. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I mean, when it comes down to it, I mean, you got your players over here, and then you got the other guys over here, and you got people who are watching YouTube, and then you got people who are actually on YouTube. And the people on YouTube are actually not the people who are watching YouTube. So when you get the critics over here, and then you get, the people who are watching it over here, you really end up with people watching people, which in turn makes it really know if people on YouTube are on YouTube. But when people start watching people, that's when you really got to look at it. So I think that people watching people, they get...
Can you see?
They
See? I want to see.
Okay. Oh, but I mean, for the most part, I mean, handicap's a strong word. I like challenged, because I like being challenged sometimes. Yeah.
Let's see.
I like being challenged. Oh, being challenged.
Philip, thank you for your time. This has been enlightening.
Thanks for having me.
I dropped a nut.
Will Philip Carr continue to make this series a Phil's final test? Well, that's uncertain at this point. But I think I speak for us all when I say, I sure hope not. Whether he does or not, I think it's certain that the future for Philip Carr is dull indeed. Thank you for watching Behind the Movies.